Day 2 of the NFL draft just finished, and I'm going to be rebuilding the Carolina Panthers with a new addition of Jonathan Brooks, Xavier Legette, and Trevin Wallace. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and or subscribe. If we get 150 likes on this video, I'll do a rebuild of whatever the top comment says, so I would appreciate if you guys did that. And just know, before the video, that I had a Ravens Nate Wiggins rebuild completely prepared, completely recorded, and the file got corrupted. Because for some reason, my Xbox just said, Vic, you're pushing out videos too quickly for the other YouTubers to catch up, even though I get significantly less views than them, so don't worry about that. But they needed to nerf me, and they nerfed me pretty good. It hurt a lot whenever that entire video got corrupted because I won back-to-back Super Bowls with the Ravens. I built on a great receiving core, which is crazy for them, and I'm a Ravens fan, so the Nate Wiggins rebuild worked out perfectly for the Ravens, except for the fact that I can't post it. So I'm pretty frustrated, so now I'm just recording a Jonathan Brooks rebuild. But if you guys do want my rosters, I'm currently working on day 2 right now for my rosters. If you are on the Xbox Series X, just look up my gamer tag, Frosted Vic, all one word, and it's spelled Frostedvikk. I'll put it up on the screen or something. But anyways, for the team, I think Jonathan Brooks was an amazing pick for the Panthers because I mean, this running back core is terrible. Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard is not going to get it done here. But they got Deontay Johnson, Jonathan Mingo, Xavier Legette, I think is great. Adam Thielen had over 1,000 yards last season, but in Madden, I'm putting him at the receiver 4 because he is 33. So, I mean, he's at technically 34 in real life. So he's just going to be nothing but like just regression on this team, which will suck for us. They improved the offensive line in the offseason, getting Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt. Hopefully Austin Corbett, Taylor Moton, and Ika Mekwonu can do a better job this year. They got Ian Thomas at tight end, and then defensively, I moved Derek Brown to the inside. I'm pretty sure they might be playing a 3-4 in real life now, but it's my rebuild, so I'm going to do it like a 4-3 because I like it better in Madden. Jadeveon Clowney is actually really good in simulation. JC Horn, I'm surprised he doesn't have superstar dev considering how good he is. And then Trevin Wallace, he does have star dev here. Put him at outside linebacker because they got Josie Jewell and they also got Shaq Thompson at middle linebacker. They got Caleb Chase on as an edge rusher. He's a bust in real life because he was a first-round pick for the Jags. Never quite worked out, but I guess he's going to be a left outside linebacker here for us. Specialist-wise, what do we got? I guess Trevin Wallace is technically an edge rusher as well, but I don't want him there. And then we're going to have Caleb Chase on Jadeveon Clowney rushing, so that's not really the best. Jonathan Mingo, Xavier Legette, I'm going to leave in the slot. Jonathan Brooks, I'm going to give him all the attempts so that way he can develop. Going to put Wallace at the number 2 for sub linebacker. And honestly, the team could have a bright future here if the offensive line blocks. I mean, Bryce Young, Xavier Legette looked really good to Steve Smith Sr., the former Panthers and Ravens wide receiver. Apparently what he says goes for scouting. He predicted that Quentin Johnson would be terrible. I mean, I think everyone did. But at the same time, he's been giving this guy a lot of gas. They're keeping him local from South Carolina. I think he's going to be great. I didn't expect him to go at the end of the first round, but still, they took him over Keon Coleman and Adonai Mitchell, which was crazy. But anyways, Deontay Johnson, Jonathan Mingo, Xavier Legette, and then Adam Thielen, Jonathan Brooks. Potentially a solid offensive line here. We'll see how they do. Then defense needs a little bit of work. Trading Brian Burns kind of sucks for them. Me personally, I would have paid him. You still don't have to. You have like 4 more years to pay out Bryce Young, including his 5th-year option. So I personally would have paid Brian Burns for 4 years, like overpaid for him if I had to. But anyways, we're a 76 overall team. There's still some stuff to develop and rebuild here. So for now, year number 1, let's move into the midseason mark. 0-6 at the midseason mark. Our team sucks. Yay! So much for a rebuild. Am I right? I mean, I guess I'm just going to target an edge rusher here. Were the players ready to negotiate? Let's see what we have here. Really no one of interest, actually. JC Horn, I'll probably do his option. Do I accept his option? Sure, I'll probably accept it. But wow, our team sucks. We're 0-6. Let's move into the playoffs. Okay, so we're not last in the division. Our defense points per game finished 10th. Our defensive rushing game finished 24th with Derek Brown. Passing game is 5th, but our offensive points per game is 23rd. We finished 6-11. Stats and awards, Bryce Young actually looks really good here other than his pass rating. 13th best offense, 9th best defense. 21 interceptions is outrageous, dude. That needs to be cleaned up immediately. 90 pass rating, but nice on the touchdowns. Jonathan Brooks, 1,100 yards, only 3.9 per carry and 6 touchdowns in his rookie year. Deontay Johnson, 101 receptions, 1,400 yards, 8 touchdowns. He's been great for Bryce Bryce Young so far. Xavier Legette with a great rookie season, 8 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, 97 receptions. Ian Thomas, 600 yards, 8 touchdowns. Jonathan Mingo, only 4 touchdowns, 500 yards. And then wide receiver 4s in Madden, as I always say, do nothing. Shaq Thompson with 146 tackles. Ooh, Trevin Wallace with 97 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss and 2 interceptions and 2 sacks. That's actually a pretty nice rookie season for being a backup. Tackles for a loss, 26 for Derek Brown. Sacks, 16.5 for Jadeveon Clowney. He is cracked in simulation. That's probably star dev at least. And then 7 interceptions for JC Horn. He's going to have superstar dev. Safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. And the Chiefs once again beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Panthers. In the NFC South, Jason Peters retires on the Saints and Justin Houston retires on the Falcons. Offensively, Bryce Young comes with superstar dev. He definitely didn't get that after having 21 interceptions, so I guess the game just has it that way. Legette doesn't go up to superstar after having that kind of a season in his rookie year. That's kind of crazy. Ian Thomas also gets upgraded to star dev, but he's already 28 years old, so I don't really know how much that's going to actually help us. Defensively, Derek Brown goes to superstar, Shaq Thompson goes to superstar, JC Horn goes up to superstar, Clowney goes to star, and Wallace already came with star. For the players ready to negotiate, JC Horn, if he has interest with the team, I'd rather just not accept his option and pay him early, so that way I don't have to pay him whenever he's like a 90 plus overall, and that way it would be a little bit cheaper of a contract long term. I have $68 million to spend. Let's move into free agency. So we didn't have a flashy free agency, but we had a necessary fill-in free agency. The class wasn't really that stacked, but Kyle Fuller on a 1-year deal, DJ Jones on a 1-year deal, and left outside linebacker Malik Harrison also on a 1-year deal. It's actually a 2-year deal, my bad. Luke Gray out of North Carolina, pass rusher, 6'2", 260, just about, elite strength, good speed, solid acceleration, A power moves, A pursuit, B play rec, B hit power. He looks pretty sick. I'm going to see if there's any other guys that I would rather take than him. Luke Thomas here out of USF. And then we also have one more guy, Bailey, speed rusher archetype, 6'3", about the same weight. Great acceleration, great speed, more athletic, not the elite strength, doesn't have the skills of the other guy. This guy has great strength, has better skills. Gil Burley. Could I trade back and get Gil Burley? He's bigger, he's heavier, well, he's technically about the same weights. He has great strength, A awareness, A finesse moves, A stamina. I think this guy's going to be really good, and I still can get value down the board. I should definitely be able to get more value than just a third, a 4, and 2 6s from the Jets from trading back from pick 4 to pick 15. I'm going to see if I can manually force that. And I seriously can't get 2 first-round picks just for trading back to 15. That's actually nuts. Can I trade my 3rd-round pick? Will that get it done? It will get it done. So trading pick number 4, swapping it for pick 13, giving them my 3rd, and I'm getting their next year's 1st as well. The Jets are on the clock at number 4, and I'm going to see if one of the edge rushers go. They do not here. Luke Gray goes off the board to the Cardinals, and that's it for now. And Luke Thomas goes off the board. It's not Bailey, so it's not the guy that I wanted. I wanted Bailey. Actually, Gil Burley is who it was. He doesn't look good here, but at the same time, he's a speed rusher. He's 6'5", about 260, great strength, good speed, great acceleration. Ran a 4.6 at his college pro day. A awareness, A finesse moves, A stamina. I think he's going to be good, and he has normal dev, which sucks. He's out of Alabama. He's going to be an edge rusher. Hopefully, he's going to be really good for us, and he can progress in simulation. In round number 2, getting defensive tackle Justin Reeves out of Florida State, 6'6", 317, 94 strength as a rookie is amazing. Hit in dev, A tackle, A player, B awareness, and B injury. Now, this is the team after the draft. Still going to put Legette and Mingo over Adam Thielen. Honestly, can I just cut Adam Thielen? Because wide receiver 4s are just completely useless in Madden simulation. Why does he get paid so much? He did nothing for us in the previous year. I guess his entire contract is guaranteed. But all we really need for our offense is just for our younger players to develop, and I think we'll be good there. Defensively, though, who's my left outside linebacker? Burley here. He's a 74 overall, which isn't bad. Just no dev really sucks. He's going to get moved to right end. He still stays at a 74. Reeves is a 76. I'm going to put him at the number 2 immediately. He looks sick. I picked up Owens in the 4th round. He's a 68 overall without the boost. So it wasn't really that good, but not bad either. So anyone else here? I want to put Legette in the slot. Mingo at the 2. Then everyone else looks pretty good. Why is Wallace not here? I guess Harrison's taking over. And then everyone else Honestly, I mean, Wallace, why is he rushing off the edge? No, I don't want Wallace as an edge rusher. I'd rather honestly have Harrison there. But Burley, hopefully he can develop for us, maybe get Defensive Rookie of the Year. But for now, let's move into the midseason mark. Suddenly, we're 6-1, top of the division, coming off a win to the Broncos. Our team is good in every aspect except the defensive passing game. We have a breakout QB challenge for Bryce Young. He could potentially get superstar X Factor. That would be crazy for the team, but he's going to have to face the Cowboys to do it. And of course, the Cowboys are cracked in simulation. But for the scouting national focus, it seems like we're going to have to do defensive back here. For the players ready to negotiate, I have $137 million. Didn't Derek Brown, already get paid like a hefty bag in real life? I don't know how much it was, so I'm just going to do player friendly here. $25 million a year. He gets re-signed. JC Horn, I just want to push his contract out of the way already. Around $13 million a year. He re-signs as well. Deontay Johnson, he is 28. I think I would like him for the rest of the rebuild, but it just depends how he plays by the end of the year and see how far he regresses. Shaq Thompson, he has superstar dev. I would like at least one more year with him, so we're going to see how he accepts this. 1 year deal. Here he signs with a little bit boosted money. Austin Corbett, it's not bad, but I know I can draft a center who will probably progress to the same overall, and I won't have to pay him. So I think I'm going to pass. Chuba Hubbard, I'm going to pass. Ian Thomas, I'm going to pass. Xavier Worthy, pass. Terrence Marshall, pass. Everyone else here, Kyle Fuller, definitely not. He's going to be too old. And then Andy Dalton, I know he has the mentor tag, but I guess I'm not going to be able to sign him. I don't think I will be able to. Eddie Pinheiro, I think I'll just sign as my long-term kicker, and he doesn't like his contract. All right. Ika Mekwonu, I'll probably accept his option. So for now, I'm just going to be waiting on Deontay Johnson than everyone else I don't really care about. Coming off a 31-24 win against the Cowboys, that could be a 4-touchdown game for Bryce. Did Jonathan Brooks take one of the touchdowns, though, is the question. And Coach, your thoughts on today of the QB, Bryce Young? Not too much, really. We beat the Cowboys, and we beat them 31 points. Come on, dude. Anyways, we're 7-1. Definitely going to make the playoffs. Let's move into it. Here we are in the playoffs, 14-3, top of the division, and it doesn't matter. The Cowboys are 7-10 and they make the playoffs. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter how bad the Cowboys are. They will win the Super Bowl. Watch this. They're going to dominate everyone and win the Super Bowl in this simulation. It's stupid. How are you 7-10 and making the playoffs? Anyways, our team ranks are all green just for us to lose to the 7-10 Cowboys. Who took the 1 seed over us? The Eagles. Whoa. The Eagles have the 1 seed. How did the Cowboys possibly make the playoffs at 7-10? Is the NFC just that trash? They made it at the 7th seed. Is the NFC seriously just that trash to where a 7-10 team can make the playoffs and they don't even win their division? That's crazy. Stats and awards. Bryce Young looks like a league MVP here. He looks crazy as he is 5th for league MVP, 4th in passing yards, 2nd in passing touchdowns, 14th in passer rating, 3rd best offense in the NFL, 3rd best defense in the NFL, 4,200 yards, 40 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 112 passer rating. This is the franchise guy. Jonathan Brooks, 1,400 yards, 4.4 per carry, 14 touchdowns, breakout season. He had a great year for us in year number 2. Deontay Johnson, almost 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's going to get a re-signing. Xavier Legette, this deserves superstar dev, over 100 receptions, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Ian Thomas, 9 touchdowns, 700 yards. Still not going to re-sign him. Jonathan Mingo, 3 touchdowns, 600 yards. Defensively, Shaq Thomas with Thompson, my bad, not Thomas. Shaq Thompson. I don't know why I always read it as Thomas. I guess I'm dyslexic. But Shaq Thompson with 127 tackles for a loss, 11 for Derek Brown, sacks, 15.5 for Jadeveon Clowney, 12 for Derek Brown, 7.5 for Burley. So that's a nice rookie season. Clowney's going to get superstar dev now. Derek Brown probably X Factor. 5 interceptions for Shaq Thompson, and safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. We better beat the Cowboys here. We beat them at the midseason. I'm going to be pissed if we lose to a 7-10 team. Thank you, EA. Marvelous game. Marvelous game you make. I love it. Thankfully, the Cowboys don't make it to the Super Bowl, but the fact that we lost, all of our team ranks were in the green, the fact that we lost to a 7-10 Cowboys team who shouldn't even have been there infuriates me. I knew we were going to lose because they're gods in simulation no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're 7-10. They can go 2-15, make the playoffs, and then go on a playoff run. It's stupid because in real life, they don't even go on a playoff run. They don't even make it past the divisional, so it's not even realistic. Just the devs at EA are Cowboys fans, and they're like, oh, Dak Prescott's so good. He's not. Anyways, I mean, he's good during the regular season. Past that, he's dog shit. But anyways, the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy lose to Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl. Derrick Henry wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Panthers. In the NFC South, a bunch of Saints players retire. Andy Dalton and Adam Thielen both retire. Thankfully, Adam Thielen does because they don't really want his contract in the first place. For the team upgrades, Xavier Legette does get superstar dev. Ian Thomas gets superstar dev, but he regresses because of his age, so that really doesn't make any logical sense. Brooks, I would argue he deserves X Factor, but they're probably, whatever. I'll just leave it how it is. Bryce Young gets X Factor. Deontay Johnson gets X Factor. Defensively, what do we got? Thompson gets X Factor as well. Reeves has star dev. Clowney just had 16.5 sacks in a season after having double-digit sacks in the previous season. He deserves superstar dev. And no, it's not cheating. It's called being realistic, guys, because this is a realistic rebuild. Burley, I mean, does he deserve star dev? I mean, this is a pretty solid rookie season. I'm going to give him star dev. If he does worse next season, I'll take away his dev. How does that sound? I think that sounds completely fair to me. I'm going to give him star dev for now because that was actually a solid rookie season, and I think he should have came with star dev to begin with. And it's like if he gets below 7.5 sacks next year, then I will demote him back down to star. If he gets 7 sacks exactly, I'll still demote him back down to normal dev. But anyways, let's move into the re-signings. For the re-signings, I'll accept the option for Ike Mekwonu. Deontay Johnson deserves a re-sign. You know what? I'll just keep him for the entire rebuild, and he doesn't want to sign. All right. I'm going to tag him. He's going to be $28 million. Austin Corbett, Chuba Hubbard, Ian Thomas, even though he has superstar dev, I'm going to pass on him. Xavier Woods, I wouldn't mind back for another year. We'll do that on a 1-year deal. And my kicker, I'm just going to offer him just the base neutral deal. Again, I don't know what he's going to do, and he actually accepts it this time. Deontay Johnson, I'm going to tag him. I have $82 million. Let's move into free agency. And for my signings, I got Reed Blankenship as a depth player. I got Michael Pierce as a depth player and Brandon Stevens as a depth defensive back. I went after Nick Bolton. He didn't want to sign even though I gave him the most amount of money. That happens a lot. And I also did the same thing with Tyrann Mathieu. Even though he was older, I still expected him to do decent for us. In the first round, picking up middle linebacker Luke Samuels out of Stanford. 6'2", 250, hidden dev, 86 speed, 83 acceleration, 74 strength. He had B's across the board. I'm going to move him to left outside linebacker. And with my other first round pick that I got from the Jets, Casey Lane out of California, 6'2", almost 300 pounds, hidden dev, 84 strength, 80 speed, 83 acceleration, A finesse moves, B tackle. He's not that crazy for a first round pick, but I don't really need anything else. Now, this is the team moving into the next season. I completely forgot to get a center and a tight end. I'm really stupid, but I guess it is what it is. You're just going to have to thug it out. It's not like your O-line is atrocious like it was in year one. And we got a better team now overall. Defensively, I'm going to move Samuels to left outside linebacker. He is a 74 overall at left outside linebacker. Going to move him to second string middle linebacker 2 over Joel. And then Lane is a 71. I mean, I got a lot of depth here at defensive tackle. Burley seems good. I got Grant in the third round. Reed Blankenship, I'm actually going to put over Xavier Woods and move him to free safety. So Reed Blankenship is an 81 overall starting at free safety. And then Xavier Woods is nice depth there. Samuels isn't going to be coming off the edge. It's going to be just Burley, and everyone else seems pretty good here. Offensively, Legette is a superstar dev, and I need a center and a tight end. For a tight end, Will Dissly is a 74 overall, so that's better than my 72 overall, so we're just going to sign him to a 1-year deal. And for a center, Graham Glasgow is a 73 overall, which is better than my 66 overall, so he's on a 1-year deal as well. 5-2, top of the division, coming off a loss to J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. Our team ranks are looking pretty good. Scouting national focus. I can't believe I've been neglecting corner this entire time. We need it, so I'm just going to stick with it. For the players ready to negotiate, Deontay Johnson, I'll just give him the money that he wants. He resigns for the rest of the rebuild, that's fine. Jordan Fuller, might as well just keep him for the 4th and final year. Yes, I'm overpaying on a 5-year contract for a 27-year-old safety, but it's fine. I only have 1 year left. Same thing with Shaq Thompson. I'll just pay him since I have him. Try and maintain the team as much as I possibly can. Robert Hunt, same case with him as he resigns. Damian Lewis doesn't want to be here. I just don't want to go out of my way to sign a new left guard, even though that's $10 million a year. I think I might just look for a different left guard. I was about to say it doesn't matter because I thought it was going to be like $6 million a year. I'm not paying a 79 overall left guard, $10 million a year. Jadeveon Clowney's been putting up double-digit sacks for us the entire rebuild, so I want him to keep with us, but I guess he doesn't want to stay here. I may just have to tag him. Taylor Moton, just stay here for the final season, dude. I have to pay him $19 million just to be mid. Malik Harrison, I already have a new starter over here. Michael Pierce, I don't really need you anymore. Harrison Bryant, don't need you. Xavier Woods. For the final season, I might as well just keep you. I'll just do a 2-year deal with you. Josie Joel and everyone else here I'm just not interested in. Sure, I'll accept the 5th-year option for Bryce Young. It's not like it's really going to matter, but I want Clowney back, and then Damian Lewis I'm going to let walk. 12-5, top of the division, first round bye. Offensive points per game is number 1. Defense points per game is 3rd. Please tell me the Cowboys didn't make it They made the 6th seed. Of course, they made the 6th seed. But the Buccaneers having a pretty good season, drafting their new QB. I remember that in the previous draft because they had, I think, the number 3 overall pick. They drafted a QB. He seems to be doing pretty well at 11-6. Stats and awards. Bryce Young looks like a league MVP QB, and he's not going to do it again, and he's 9. He's below Dak Prescott for 3rd in passing yards, 1st in passing touchdowns, probably has a lot of interceptions, 2nd offense in the NFL, 3rd best defense. Yeah, 15 interceptions is what killed his stock for the league MVP, but still almost 4,300 yards, 40 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 104 pass rating. Pretty nice season. Jonathan Brooks, 18 touchdowns, 4.9 per carry, 1,600 yards. I think that deserves X Factor. 18 touchdowns consistently. I'm going to give him X Factor if he doesn't get it. That's a crazy good season. And then Deontay Johnson, 110 receptions, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. He's putting up these numbers at 30 years old. He's doing great. Jonathan Mingo, 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. That's a breakout year. He's going to have superstar to have. Will Dissly, 700 yards, 8 touchdowns, outperforming Xavier Legette, which is surprising. Defensively, Shaq Thompson, 118 tackles, seconds for a loss, 16 for Derek Brown, sacks, 20 for Jadeveon Clowney. So yeah, he's going to get an X Factor now. He's a baller in simulation. Derek Brown, 11 sacks. Burley was 7.5 sacks. I said I would lower his development if he got lower than 7.5 sacks. I said if it was 7 flat, I would lower it. He got 7.5 sacks again, so I'm just going to keep it. Interceptions, 4 for Brandon Stevens and 4 for J.C. Horn. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for J.C. Horn. So we have not won a playoff game yet, but we can't lose in the wild card. If we don't play the wild card, we get a first round bye, but we can lose here to J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. I'm not going to play this game. We're both an 87 overall team. We have the home field advantage here, but they have J.J. McCarthy, who's a god in simulation, evidently. 21-14. We still have yet to win a playoff game. Let's move into the 4th and final year. And the Ravens beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl MVP, the league MVP, and the offensive player of the year. Jadeveon Clowney wins the defensive player of the year, which is sick. In the NFC South, Jake Matthews retires with the Falcons. For the team upgrades, Brooks does get superstar X Factor, so I don't even have to force it. Mingo gets superstar dev, that's sick. Will Dissly goes up to star, even though I don't really want him to. Defensively, oh my god. You win Defensive Player of the Year, and they're like, no dev upgrade. That makes no logical sense. And not only that, if you win Defensive Player of the Year, you're definitely going to be at least a 95 overall next year. So you know what? I'm going to do it. Increase his speed, increase his acceleration, and actually I'm just going to increase basically everything at this point. There it is. He's a 90 overall run stopper, and for those of you guys saying, oh, you're cheating. You win Defensive Player of the Year, and the game's like, the best we can do is -2 overall, no dev up. It's so stupid. Anyways, Derek Brown gets Superstar X Factor. J.C. Horn gets Superstar X Factor. Brandon Stevens gets Star Dev. Jordan Fuller gets Superstar Dev. That's sick for the defense. Clowney is up to a 93 with the boost, 90 without the boost. He deserves it for sure. And apart from that, let's move into our re-signing. And even though our team has a first seed, since we're not paying Bryce Young, I have $98 million to spend. Damian Lewis, I'll just take a chance on him in free agency. Jadeveon Clowney, I'm going to pay him an absolute bag to stay here around $25 million a year for the next 3 years. He re-signs with the team. Malik Harrison, it's the final year. I might as well just keep him. I'm not going to do a 2-year deal. Let's just boost the money a little bit. Might as well just keep him as depth. Michael Pierce, honestly, same deal with him. Harrison Bryant, no. Everyone else here, no. I need a new left guard, a new center, and a new tight end in free agency. After free agency, I got my new left guard, I got my new center, got my new tight end, and I also got Kyler Gordon at defensive back. In the first round, I'm picking up a 6'3", 204-pound corner, Oscar Garrison out of Texas, hidden dev, 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 93 change of direction, A press, B catching, B tackle, and A zone coverage. He looks great. In the second round, getting another middle linebacker to replace Josie Jewell, Tyler Greer out of Penn State, 6'4", 254, 85 speed, 87 acceleration, hidden dev, B tackle, B play rec, and C pursuit. Now, this is the team moving into the 4th and final year. Looks like the AI picked up depth at center to eventually replace Mitch Morse. I think the offense looks great. Jonathan Brooks developed so nicely up to a 95 overall without the boost. Legette only got up to an 83, but still, he looks pretty nice. Is it Legette or Legette? I'm pretty sure it's Legette. Greer is a 71. Garrison is a 77. That's a great rookie overall. And then the team overall looks great. And then Jadeveon Clowney had the most surprising breakout of all of this rebuild. Not really surprising. I see it in almost every rebuild with him, but in real life, it would be surprising if he became this crazy and won Defensive Player of the Year out of nowhere. And then Rest of the team looks pretty good. We're an 88 overall team. I better win a playoff game this year in the 4th and final season. I better win the Super Bowl. I mean, it's a great team. I don't know if it's Super Bowl worthy. The defense still looks nice. A lot of X factors on the team. We're an 88 overall. Let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 12-5, top of the division, coming off a win to the Packers. And you might as well just chalk it up as a failed rebuild because we're going to lose to the Cowboys despite what their record and overall is. Look at my team ranks compared to theirs. They have a lot of good team ranks, but I have all greens. Green FN, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, the Cowboys, we're going to lose to them just because, you know, they're the Cowboys. Stats and awards, Bryce Young looks like a baller, 3rd best offense in the NFL. Defensively, we are 5th. And then Bryce Young, 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 112 pass rating. He's been struggling with the interceptions throughout the rebuild, but he's still done really nice for us. Rushing-wise, Jonathan Brooks, 19 touchdowns, 5.5 per carry, 1,700 yards. He developed beautifully in Madden simulation. Deontay Johnson, almost 1,400 yards once again, 15 touchdowns. Jonathan Mingo, 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Xavier Legette, 955 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Isaiah Likely, 4 touchdowns, 688 yards. Nice receptions here for the team. Defensively, Shaq Thompson, 108 tackles, tackles for a loss, 22 for Jadeveon Clowney, sacks 13 for Jadeveon Clowney, 9.5 for Derrick Brown. Burley, he wasn't as good as I thought, but he was decent, I guess, throughout the rebuild. Interceptions, 2 for Trevin Wallace. Safeties on team, 2. Well, actually, none, actually. I don't know why I said 2. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Trevin Wallace. Okay, he does something. Please, Madden gods, do not screw me over. Let me get one playoff win before the rebuild ends. Please. Thank you. 28-17 here to face the 11-6 Philadelphia Eagles. They're a 90 overall team, but we have home field advantage. I mean, it's not like that mattered against the Vikings. Here we are against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to open up with 3. We're going to respond with 7. Nice start for us. They're going to respond right back with 7. And we're going to respond right back with another 7. Offense is holding up nicely. Eagles take the lead right back, and then we slap them in the face with a huge touchdown. 28-19, 35-19, 36-19 actually, 26-36, 2-score game. Can we make it a 3-score game? We will not, but it won't matter. 36-26 against the Philadelphia Eagles as we will be moving on to the conference championship. Here we are to face the 8-9 Chicago Bears. The QB has to be I was about to say Justin Fields. No, Bears fans wish it was. It's Caleb Williams. He has superstar dev. He develops really nicely in simulation. But if we lose to an 8-9 team here, I'm going to lose it, dude. Let's see if we can beat them. Here we are against the Bears. They're going to start out 3-0. We didn't start out with anything. No points in the first quarter. Finally put 7 on the board for our team. Defense is doing all right now, 6-7. Haven't allowed any touchdowns in the first half. Go defense, 17-6, and still another 3 points for the Bears. No touchdowns yet, and that allows our offense to push ahead as our defense just carried us through that conference championship against Caleb Williams and their stacked offense as Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers, along with Jonathan Brooks, Trevin Wallace, and of course Xavier Legette, move on to the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, of course, we got to face Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens. Maybe Henry retired in simulation, but the Ravens are still going to be a really tough team. For the team upgrades, Robert Hunt goes up to superstar. That's interesting to see. 99 overall, Jonathan Brooks is sick to see. Any other upgrades for the offense? None that I can see, but we built a sick team. It's a 90 overall team here to face the 93 overall Baltimore Ravens. Actually, an 89 overall. I thought they were higher overall than us for some reason, but they're 13-4, still a dangerous team. Let's see if we can end this rebuild with a Super Bowl win. Here we are against the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to start out with 7. We're going to respond with 7. They're going to punt to us, and then we're going to punt right back. They're going to punt to us again. Finally get the ball back. 14-10 here, and then we didn't capitalize right there before half, but we capitalized opening up. They're going to respond 13-17. Defense, please prevail here. Offense, score another point. Come on, offense. You had that game-winning drive. What did you do? You were in field goal range. You were in field goal range and you choked the final kick. I'm going to have to go down the field, get a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion. That's outrageous. You were in field goal range. I hit key moments and you didn't put me in for the final field goal. What a stupid AI. 1st and 10. Ravens former tight end Isaiah Likely is going to be the target here. He's going to be wide open. We're going to get a 1st and 10 with that. Inside zone, we don't have to worry about the overtime clock, so I'm just going to run it here with Jonathan Brooks. 2nd down and 5. Jonathan Brooks, oh yeah, he's going to have the speed to get upfield with that. Yes, sir, Jonathan Brooks. To the outside, another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, going to give it back to Jonathan Brooks. Please block Roquan. They did. He gets pushed forward. 2nd and 1. 3rd down and 1. I'm looking for my running back on the dump off here. Jonathan Brooks, once again, gets us another 1st and 10. We are chipping away here at the Baltimore Ravens. Jonathan Brooks up the middle. I guess my offensive lineman pushed the linebacker into Jonathan Brooks. 3rd and 4. My second string back is in the game. Can I run it with Bryce? B's actually going to be open. Get it there. Xavier Legette is going to get the Super Bowl potential winning touchdown here. Nah, I'm going for 2. Why would I give the Ravens the ball back? Nah, I'm not giving the Ravens the ball back. Who's my number 1? I hate it when they're in this formation. That zone formation, they literally become acrobats and jump up to the ball and swat it with the backhand. Okay, it looks like I'm not allowed to get out of it. So what do I do here? I guess I'll just do the slants anyways. They're going to roll out. I'm waiting. Just get it there, please. Thank you, Xavier Legette. No, that's going to be Deontay Johnson with the game winner against the Baltimore Ravens, 28-27, as your Carolina Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl in overtime on a 2-point conversion, and your Carolina Panthers are going to get their first ever Super Bowl ring with Xavier Legette, Jonathan Brooks, and Trevin Wallace. I thank you guys all for watching the rebuild. Let me know which team you want me to rebuild next. But of course, before we end out this video, Bryce Young is your Super Bowl MVP, and there are no other awards here for the Panthers, but that will be a successful rebuild as your Panthers win their first ever Super Bowl champion with Xavier Legette. So I thank you guys all once again for watching. Make sure you like and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.